Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the channel. Today I've got two M4s behind me. You obviously got my M4, which is a non-competition pack, and we've got the M4 competition pack. Now in this vid, what I'm going to do is go through a spec for spec talk and talk to you about what the differences are in terms of what a compact includes and what a non-compact includes. Some of you might already know, but this is aimed at those people that are new to, like, say, the M world. Both cars are 2017 models, so they're like for like, and they're the LCI cars as well. So let's go and have a quick look at both of them. So we're in an underground car park today, and the reason for that is outside here it's absolutely chucking it down. So this is probably the right place to start a vid. We've got a competition pack M4, a 2017 model in Sakura orange, and on this side over here we've got my M4, which is a non-competition 2017 as well. So from the exterior, the first thing that we notice is obviously the alloy wheels on the competition pack. Now these alloy wheels, they're the 666M alloy wheels, the 20-inch, compared to my 437s, which are the 19-inch wheels. Also, with the competition pack, you get the shadow line, which basically means that you get gloss black grille at the front. The side markers, they're obviously in gloss black as well. And moving towards the rear end of the car, you have a black badge, and the exhaust tips, they are usually in black chrome. When you compare that to a non-competition pack, starting from the back end, you've got chrome exhaust tips. Now I've done quite a lot of black work to the M4, so I've de-chromed it all. So I've gone for the black badge, that's usually in chrome. The side markers are usually chrome, and I've gone for the gloss black ones. And towards the front end, I've gone for the gloss black grille. So these cosmetic changes are quite easy to just upgrade from the M Performance catalogue. In essence, the cars will look pretty much the same. So in terms of modifications, both cars are stock in terms of performance mods. So the M4 competition pack comes with a 20 horsepower increase in power over the non-competition pack. This has 430 horsepower or PS, and this has 450. In terms of modifications, my car has been lowered on the 20mm drop all around, with 12 and 15mm spacers on the front and the rear. The competition pack, this is just running on the 20-inch alloy wheels. So it'll be interesting to see how this car fares in terms of ride quality compared to my non-competition car. So let's talk about price. Obviously these cars have been around for a while. I'm not even sure if you can actually configure one right now in terms of brand new spec, because the new G80 M3 and the G82, perhaps the M4, will be out within the next year. But from a price point, brand new, the competition pack is roughly about 67k, with the optional paint on top of that being this one. In terms of a non-competition pack, you're paying about 62 to 65k depending on the kind of spec with the DCT gearbox. The competition pack includes about 3k's worth of optional extras, and from the face of it we know that it's going to include the 20-inch alloy wheels. The damping and the rear subframe is slightly different to the non-competition pack. Although these cars are both 2017, the non-competition cars from about 2016 onwards do have the same suspension components as the competition pack. That's something that I was told when I bought this car, and I checked the part numbers and they were pretty much the same. In terms of the exhaust systems, from what I've read, both cars have the same exhaust system. The competition pack comes with some software updates where on the overruns it starts throwing like pops and bangs, whereas the M4 non-competition pack has more of that kind of a clear, crisp note. That again is quite subjective. A lot of people do say that the sound of like the M cars is pretty dire anyway, because they're turbocharged and obviously not like your V8s. So what we'll do is we'll give both cars a start up, and then you can obviously make up your mind which one sounds better. Okay, so we've heard both cars start up, the compact and the non-compact. On the face of it, I think they both sound very similar, but I know that the compact will throw some pops and bangs, definitely on the fly anyway. So you guys leave a comment below to say which car that you prefer in terms of its start up and its sound. What we're going to do now is I'm going to jump into the compact because I know how my car drives, and I want to see how different the compact feels from a day-to-day point, and how it kind of accelerates, and whether that 20 brake horsepower difference is noticeable. I wouldn't even say they're damp, they're actually wet. We got water all over the place as well. I don't really want to aquaplane, but there is a noticeable difference in exhaust sound as well. The camera's probably not going to pick this up, but there is definitely a noticeable difference in the exhaust, especially on the downshifts. It just feels and sounds a lot more throatier compared to the non-compact car. Flash makes the car so much more drivable as well. The gear ferocity is literally in level 3, and it's just so much smoother with that GTS Flash. I mean, I noticed that in mine as well, so it's quite nice to have done to your own car. But yeah, the exhaust note is definitely noticeable, if anything. Like pretty much any M car, it breaks traction quite quick. I think I said this before, if you use the throttle as an on-off switch, the car's going to be all over the place. If you are progressive with the throttle, then you can enjoy like your M4s. So another little competition. Oh, those burbles right there. Yeah, I would have the competition packages for those burbles. Now, like I said before, it is the same exhaust system with like a different software built in, so it kind of throws unburnt fuel into like the exhaust system. Now I wonder if that can be coded in. Zed, if you're watching, get in touch. But yeah, those burbles are really nice. As I was saying before I got distracted by those burbles and the pops and crackles, is on the interior. This interior in the Silverstone really makes the interior quite light. I mean, mine is obviously the black interior, and the car obviously is white on the outside, but the interior itself is quite dark in my car. This literally, it gives the car quite a nice airy feel. Yes, it doesn't have the sunroof, it's got the carbon roof. That's just the way we would literally have pretty much any M4, but little sort of signs, you know, with the competition pack you get the M stripe on the seat belts. I don't have that in a non-competition pack car. I do however have that in my G20, which is I kind of feel a bit cheated. The M brand being diluted into all the standard cars now. It's yeah, I do feel a bit cheated with that, but yeah, you do get that in here, which is quite nice. I must say, another thing though, with this car, it's got a bit more miles compared to mine. It does feel a little bit more lighter to drive as well. That could be a combination of that extra 20 horsepower more. It's got the same torque figures anyway, but that extra torque, the extra bhp, 20 horsepower, that might be playing into its own here. It just feels a little bit more lighter in pretty much all the modes, and at first I thought it was a placebo effect, but the more I'm driving it, the more I feel that it's not. I think right now, in terms of used like market, buying an M4 competition pack, there's probably going to be more M4 competition packs out there than non-competition pack cars. All comes down to like your budget. At brand new price, they were 3k more expensive compared to a non-compact car. At used prices, probably that 3k doesn't really make a huge difference anymore. So the amount of kit that you get with a competition pack car, you might as well just go ahead and get a compact car if you're in the market. 20-inch wheels, that is subjective. Running costs like changing those like tyres and what have you are going to cost you more in the long run, but that's negligible when you are looking to spend at, like, you know, kind of 35k upwards. So a little bit later on now in the day, I'm now in my M4. This is the non-competition car. I was going to end the video earlier on after coming out of the competition pack, and I thought, how is that a fair comparison? You know, I've just gone out in a competition pack and not really driven or got back into this to give you my views. So what I'm going to do now is I'm heading towards the back roads where I always drive my car to tell you a little bit about how this now compares coming out of the competition pack. Okay, so on the face of it then, coming out of the competition pack and straight into my car, there is very little to go by literally if you are just driving the car on a day-to-day basis. That 20 horsepower deficit in the non-compact car, it's noticeable, but it's probably more noticeable like higher up in the rev range rather than like when you're just putting around town. As you guys are aware, my car is lowered on 20mm suspension over like the standard car, and it does feel a little firm compared to the competition pack that I was out in, which is quite odd because normally the car that's riding on the 19-inch wheels, a non-compact car like this one, should and would drive a little bit more softer compared to the competition pack, because that has the 20-inch alloys with like a lower profile tyre. I did find the competition pack a little bit more comfortable. If I was to revert this car back to its stock suspension, it might be a different story. In terms of power output, as I said, both cars are stock in terms of power delivery and power outputs. 430 horsepower, 550 newton meters of torque in this car, over 450 horsepower and 550 newton meters of torque. So let's talk about suspension. The competition pack comes with tweaked rear subframe and dampers. Like I said before, on an earlier car, like a 2014 non-compact compared to a compact car, the differences were noticeable. I personally can't tell the difference when I'm driving this or the compact when I'm going around corners, apart from the fact that it felt a little bit more comfortable, and that's because that car wasn't lowered. That's the only thing I can say. I think value for money, the competition pack is a no-brainer because you're getting a little bit more kit. Harman Kardon, you know, that's something that I don't have in this car. That car had the optional head-up display, which is a nice touch. You could get that in this as well. But yeah, it just felt like it was like a nicer package overall. The exhaust sound in this, it's not as apparent as it was in that competition pack. I'm going to put the car into its M1 mode, so now the exhaust valves are open. You do get a little bit more sound coming into the cabin because those exhaust valves are open, but there's certainly none of those pops and bangs that you were getting in the competition pack. I'll tell you what guys, you know, since I've had that tracking done on the car just accelerates straight. So let's talk about the seats in my car. My car, obviously being the standard M4, comes with the standard seats. These do come with lumbar support, which you don't get in the competition pack. So if you're one of those drivers who suffers from backache after a long journey, then this car and these seats would probably suit you better. And also you might have noticed that with the seat belts you don't get the M stripe going through them, which is a feature that you'd get on the competition pack only. So do I regret buying a non-competition car? Well, to be honest with you, this car fit my budget, and it was the kind of car that I was looking for in terms of low mileage, etc. And obviously, you know, being a non-competition car, quite a base spec, it was more affordable to me at the time, and that was key. I have added my own touches, like I've had the car lowered, spaced, I've had it carbonized, if that's what you want to call it. So I got you know, all the carbon stuff around the car, like the spoiler, the splitter corners, I've had the smoke lights put on and what have you, so I've kind of de-chromed the car as well, giving it my touch, and I've kind of grown to like it over the time. Yes, Harman Kardon sound system, which is part of the competition pack, would be ideal in a car like this, because you know it doesn't have the Harman Kardon sound system. And above all, I think the exhaust system, I would have loved to have had a all blowing popping exhaust, as you heard in the M4 competition pack. So it's missing a few things. Perhaps that's something that can get coded in. I know, you know, we can probably do boot mode or something like that on the car to get stuff like that coded. I might look into that in the future. But overall, guys, I am impressed with like this standard M4. So I hope you found this video useful, giving you a back-to-back comparison of a M4 competition versus a non-competition car. Both were LCI cars, 2017 as well, and both are in stock format in terms of power. I've got a few more content coming out on like the M4 as well. I've had like the carbon bits put on, so there's an installation video coming up soon on that, so definitely stay tuned. Give the video a like, share, subscribe to my channel, follow me on Instagram, and hopefully guys, I'll see you on the next one. Take care, bye. Give you a downshift and a bit of throttle.